Hello and welcome to TimeSplitters Future Perfect. This is the third stream I'm doing today of the third and final, to date at least, TimeSplitters game. The three TimeSplitters games were first-person shooters that came out on the PS2 from the years 2000 to 2005, and they've recently, as in the last week, appeared on PlayStation Plus for playing on PlayStations 4 and 5. If you have a PS Plus premium account in the Classics catalogue, or if you want to, excuse me, sorry, or if you want to pay a few pounds or local currency for each game individually. I used to play a lot of these as a kid, and therefore am very excited to have this back and playing through, streaming them just so that people who missed them at the time can see what all the fuss was about, and people who played them at the time can engage in nostalgia as well. If you haven't seen them already, there's a stream where I played TimeSplitters 2 earlier today, and then another stream where I played TimeSplitters 1, except that one I forgot to turn the sound on for, so the game sound is on, but you haven't got me talking. Talking of which, I will just have a quick check to make sure I'm actually streaming sound this time. It looks... yes, we should be good. Alright. Unlike 1 and 2, which I played a little bit earlier this week, and then was sort of carrying on, this one I haven't booted up yet, so based on those two, I'm trusting that this is a completely solid emulation of that game, but we have to start with creating a profile, so I'm not doing anything clever with name. Oh, we got lowercase by default. We've got the others were just all caps, whereas this one comes with nice capitalized and then the rest fine. So yes, it's with emulated games on the PS Plus. We've got the memory card still using. We'll don't have to worry about how it actually works, but obviously they didn't want to rework the saving system. It's all literally just emulated through in sort of the original game. So we've got a whole range of options here. We've got the story mode, arcade and challenge, which are all returning favourites from TimeSplitters 1 and 2. Although we've now got actual comment and notes at the top which tell you what they're about. Network, because when this originally came out, I think it was the first game, certainly first TimeSplitters game, may have been one of the very first games to have like network capability, where you could link your PlayStation 2 up to the internet and play against other people. The map maker, which is probably its most thorough mode of the lot, and some details for looking at various settings and extras. I can't remember what's in extras. Movies and credits, yep. Oops. Yeah, let's have a quick look at settings, because one important thing about the settings is these games had default inverse look on, and people who grew up with these games, and people like me, where the TimeSplitters series was their first console first-person shooter, they're probably the people who still insist on having inverted look on all the time, because we learnt it this way. Obviously, you can change that if it doesn't suit you. So, if you're familiar with the first couple of games in the series, you may think there's not much story. The first game had no story at all. It had one-line description for what you're doing in each level, which was collect an item and get to the end point. The second game had an overarching story and had a little bit of a cutscene for each level to tell you what was going on with the characters in that level. But this game, they decided, finally, we're going to have an actual story. So we have one full narrative that sees us through the game. Let's get started. 2401, the furthest forward of any TimeSplitters level to date, Time to Split. And you can play, once again, on 3 difficulties. I can't remember if they were still doing the thing at this point where in the first 2 games, the harder difficulty, not only were the levels themselves harder naturally, but they had more to them. There were more sections. The levels went on for longer. I can't remember if they were still doing that in Future Perfect. They may have stopped and by this point just be doing, no, it's just actually harder enemies or more enemies, possibly tougher enemies, and probably fewer pickups. But we'll play normal for now. Got a little bit of narrative again, and we can begin. Some very fast scrolling help text at the bottom there.
The year is 2401. Humankind finds itself locked in a mortal struggle with the TimeSplitters, an evil race of creatures bent on the destruction of the entire human race. Using the power of the time crystals, they travel through our history, pushing humanity to the very brink of extinction. With resistance weakening, our last hope lies with a small ship speeding towards Earth. On board are 9 stolen time crystals, intended to power the time machine constructed by Earth's finest scientists. The plan? To travel back in time, find the source of the time crystals, and destroy them all, ending the war before it ever began.
So this cuts in basically right at the end of the previous game, where Sergeant Cortez had been recovering a series of time crystals. He's now returning to Earth with those crystals, ready to make use of them. I realised I might have said 2041 when I was reading it, because obviously it is in fact 2401, or 2401 as the voiceover said. TimeSplitters have undergone a redesign again, looking more monstrous and slightly less fun than the previous one. Sergeant Cortez looking even more like Vin Diesel than before.
Cortez? General, what the hell's going on down there?
It's the Splitters. We're under attack. Cortez, do you have them? Are they on board?
Yes, sir. They're right here.
You gotta bring them in, soldier.
Don't worry about me, General. I can...
Starboard turbine failure. Initiating emergency system.
Mysterious hooded figure watches as we crash. Who could that be? We're not playing through the whole of this as part of the stream. I'm going to be playing the game for about an hour on stream. That'll be the first level, maybe 2 levels, seeing how it goes. Maybe then dip into the arcade and challenge modes to explore what they offer.
I think we found it.
And we start.
Hey, there's Sergeant
Hanging
Cortez.
upside down,
He's alive.
unable to play.
Why
Like
is
this
he
is
hanging upside down? Come on, Cortez, on your feet.
crunch.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
gotta hurt.
compared to
You
the
okay,
previous
Sarge?
2 games
Come
where
on,
every
Sarge,
level
we
you
gotta
just
get you back
jumped
to
in,
base.
you're
Whatever
straight
you
into the
did
action.
really stirred up the Splitters. We
Got
need all
narrative.
the firepower we can muster.
Got a person
Take this
handy
weapon,
as a
Sarge.
gun.
Come
We've
on,
got
this way.
fonts telling us how to play.
Come
This
in,
is
come in.
nothing like we had before.
Sergeant Cortez.
And we've now got different modes of fire, which you can see with the menu of options up here. So, reach the L base. As with the previous games, these are very linear
The rest of the squad are spread out along the route to
first-person
cover our
shooters.
retreat.
But we've got dialogue
let's
and
move.
characters, which is so different to the previous 2, which were
Incoming.
full on just run and gun. Now we suddenly actually have
Who
to
are they? They're not Splitters.
Worry about it later.
do things
Just take them down.
and pay attention
More
to a
of them.
story.
Hey, Cortez, these friends of yours?
So,
What's
I
their
don't.
problem?
It's been a long time since I played this, and
This way,
honestly,
Cortez, come on.
these levels are notably less memorable than the first 2
way,
games,
Sarge,
especially
watch your
second game.
They just keep
So
coming.
you'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit slow at points. Also, checkpoint already. The first game, the levels were so short there were no checkpoints. The second game, the levels were long, but they still had no check, or had 1 checkpoint each rather.
Let's go, Sarge.
This
come
game
on.
has checkpoints every 2 minutes or so. It's definitely starting to take lessons
Let's go,
from
Marines.
other
Over here.
other shooters at the time,
There's too many.
Cortez,
I
you
need help.
which got a lot from shooting my colleague.
How many of these hooded guys are there?
In this one, yeah, they started to take lessons from other series. Can't remember if the first Halo was out by this point. We haven't got regenerating health or anything, but we have got a lot more
Never mind. This way.
ongoing narrative. Corporal Hart was the second character who was on the mission alongside Sergeant Cortez. She died at the end of the first game unless you were playing 2-player, in which case she died in the cutscene and then you played as her as the second character. Oh yeah, grenades are a separate thing here.
We've had to rebuild that 7 times already.
All units, the bridge has been destroyed. Use alternate routes to rally points.
Dialogue in this game providing a bit more evidence that it is intended to be a comedy throughout compared to previous games, which were fairly obviously comedies, but not a little bit more occasional. Look at the time splitter ship coming down.
Do I look like a splitter?
Well, maybe. I don't know. It's
Cortez,
hard to tell.
Pinned down here. We can't get through. Miller! Oh! Lost Miller! Take this sniper rifle and clear out the enemy.
Like, pauses to talk to people, to have new weapons introduced, and weapon commands and stuff.
They just keep coming!
It's all stuff which feels it's incredibly familiar and rote from the modern games, but
Great shot, Cortez!
was new to the series in this game, largely because inspired by other games that come out in the time between 2 and 3.
We're gonna hold this pass.
So yes, there's definitely an element of this game being less... Ooh, yeah, the time splitters, which can turn invisible, they're quite annoying. Definitely an element of this game which felt a lot more... A lot like it was losing a bit of its identity, really. It's... Other games were clear, as much of an influence on it as the previous 2 games in the series, and while there's many things that I think possibly even playing now will feel more like, value things to have learned. At the time, they can feel a little bit out of place.
Your timing couldn't be better. Come on, follow me.
Like health packs and ammo and
Just in time.
the amount of turrets, on the other hand, is actually quite like a previous game. In TimeSplitters 2, there's the Return to Planet X level.
Come on, Cortez, pour it on.
So this part's actually so far so similar. It feels a lot like the sequence in Return to Planet X. Although it's a bit more fixed, and also has to be played with the minigun, I think, compared to the previous one, where it's actually more efficient to probably just run around and shoot yourself, because shoot as yourself. A few enemies in awkward places. This definitely goes on a bit longer than it should have done. But
reinforcements are here. Hold your fire, Cortez. Hold your fire.
Just because I've shot like 2 colleagues already, honestly. All right.
Make a run for the base. We'll try and buy you some time.
Make a run for the base, they say. Is this the base? Probably. I seem to remember this level's quite short, so yeah, we'll definitely play the first full level as well, which is a bit of a better level, I think, as well. Like,
hold the line.
This isn't a bad level, but it's quite short and a bit.
Save it for the splitting. Take it.
Quite same. Oh, quite generic. If anything, this is really inspired by the whichever series, Medal of Honor, Call of Duty games were coming out around this time.
Hold the line.
So it looks like we're good. I think it's an end of the series of splitters here, so it's worth just running for it. Oh no, I stand corrected. We are told to defend the rail base. I'm being told off for buggering off. How many more time splitters we got? This gun's quite a fun one in that there was a similar one in the previous in TimeSplitters 2, which it doesn't reload, but it does overheat. The longer you hold fire for, the faster it fires, but it overheats. In fact, that's it. I think this is the end of level 1. It really isn't very long. Let's take a look. Yep, saving already. So, unlocking a couple of characters for use in multiplayer, or the arcade mode, or not. Although if you're not playing multiplayer, obviously no one can see who you are. The hooded figure looks suspiciously like Cortez.
General.
Cortez, you made it.
Have you got them? Right here. Good. Let's get them to the lab.
Our team has found that when the crystals are used for time travel, they leave an energy residue. We've recalibrated our scanners, and we can now trace specific locations where they've been used.
And what are you hoping to find there?
Anything that will lead us to the source. I know it's not much to go on, but it's all we've got. Ah, we're here.
General,
Cortez, meet Anya, our chief science officer.
is that them? Beautiful. Bring them over to the machine and let's get them plugged in. Now, I've located energy residue in numerous places, but the highest concentration is right here.
That's in the ocean.
It is now, but there used to be an island there. It was destroyed during a battle in 1924.
But when were the crystals used?
That we don't know. Calculating the location of the energy pockets is one thing, but we have no way of knowing when the time jumps actually occurred.
But you're thinking those time jumps probably happened right before that island was destroyed.
Exactly. Here, put out your arm.
Bit of a long
What's that?
It's
logical
an
jump.
uplink to the time machine.
It'll do.
I've set it to take you to the island just before its destruction.
Sorry, Cortez, but I need to send my best man on this, and that's you.
I should have guessed. All right. Find the crystals and destroy the lot. How hard could it be?
Good luck, Cortez.
Thanks.
This is a cool design for time machine, to be fair. Just a little baby disappear from existence. And he keeps on going around us. So very much a short intro level there before the first real part of the story, where we jump back to 1924. One interesting thing about this story compared to the others, which jump all over the place in time, this one only goes, apart from the level of that intro, I believe goes purely forwards in time, which is a little bit less interesting in terms of the variety of weaponry.
Any chance of a hand?
And if you've played the previous games, this is a familiar character, Captain Ash.
Hero chap.
I'm supposed to be on that island.
Are you sure, Bean? This whole area's about to be bombed to Kingdom Come.
By who?
Well, by the Navy, of course.
Convenience,
Don't worry, old
foghorn.
boy. We've a while yet. There's someone I have to find on the island first. Those Navy chaps won't attack until they get my signal. But, well, that was my best pipe, you bounders! No, don't!
Get down!
Good shot, old man.
I don't think much of this weapon.
But I'm afraid you've let the cat out of the bag now.
Why? What's going on?
That flare was the signal. It's going to get a bit hairy from here on.
Damn it! All right, look. If you can get us to shore without getting us killed, I'll help you find your friends. Okay?
Good show, sir. Consider it done.
So yes, it's all very hammy. It's quite enjoyable. The cutscenes in this are definitely a major step up, and one of the things that do make this game stand out from the previous one. But the narrative itself is not anything to write home particularly about. It's purely the characterization and comedy.
Well, we better
we're in
make the best of
Scotland.
things, though, Bean. Take this gun and let's see if we can reach the castle in one piece. Last
We've
one
also
arrives
got
a big
a
gold
friend.
blouse.
Once again, we need
Hey,
to.
Sonia, are you reading me okay? If there is a mining site on this island, the entrance
Hell
is
and
probably
death!
inside
Commander,
that
this is
castle.
Dessler.
Hurry,
We're
Cortez.
under enemy
Be careful.
troops! Enemy troops! Get in position now!
Hit it, will you?
Can't remember if they armor really can kill your ally or not.
Sounds like they
That
know
could
we're
actually be
here,
a
old
bunch
Bean.
to find out, but. And yeah, if you were under any doubts that this was a little bit inspired by, for example, the Medal of Honor series, I feel like the setting of this in a war zone, and the style of design, Germans, despite reading 924.
And good cover, old boy. On the hill, old boy.
Definitely a intended to be a bit like
All clear, old chap.
that was maybe a bit foolish, but we'll make do. Could activate this gun. Can't. Anyone coming? Can't. Yes. As I say. That's good. Armor. So yeah, there's a lot of things which are still very the first similar to the previous games. It's not. It is a obvious sequel, but it is taking a lot of inspiration from other places and losing a little bit of character in the process. Oh. I had forgotten this. Just in case you were in any doubt of copying others' homework, we also have the gravity gun is a thing in this game. I had completely forgotten that. Alright, we need to get you. Aiming is a little bit smoother than the other games. Oh! There's no sort of reticle which is moving about within the screen. It's just actually controls quite a lot like other first-person shooters.
That was hard work. Come on, their troops have landed. Get ready. We have to hold them here.
Got some people around here, so let's what's.
Huh? They're trapped. Attack!
Not much is the answer in the way of stealth.
We're not going anywhere till we get this portcullis raised.
You have to remember that it's not just left and right.
You'll have to find the controls.
To switch through, you have to actually go up and down to change weapon types, or to change variants within a weapon. Certainly getting all three of these games out simultaneously. Getting all three games out at the same time has been an interesting experience if I remember the differences between them. The visuals are a lot less stylized in this one than the previous, than in 2. It's certainly the characters. They're still, you know, a little bit cartoony, but compared to in TimeSplitters 2, where everyone's, you know, sort of.
We don't have time to stand around, old chap.
I don't want to say like big, you know, sort of stack. Well, he still went back, but there they felt like.
To raise the portcullis. Now we can get out of here.
Very much like actual sort of
good ship.
dolls or toys that you could play with. These could look more like actual humans. They still react a little bit in a sort of.
The gunboat's got me pinned down, old chap. Can you disable the turret somehow?
I am going to shoot this. I'm going to do something. No, of course, there's the
These look like the controls for that crane there.
Yes, thank you, Anya. Yeah, grab that. Is that the only one, or is that the second one? And that's the other podcast done. So I think we're good to go. But yes, comparing to... Oh, something's still shooting. Wow. Maybe I have got it properly. It's just a person sat inside, I forgot. Legs sticking out. Amazing. Can I shoot them in there? I think that might be as good as it gets. Yeah, so this is a lot more interrupted as a story experience with narrow, you know, characters talking at you.
You did it!
Mini cutscenes.
Well, better push on.
Just other bits and bobs that happen all the way through. Plus, as I say, checkpoints every few minutes.
No wonder we're tougher than this. Crikey!
The obviously whole warfare going on, you know, war sequence going on around you is an exciting scale addition of going, look how much extra stuff we can have happening. And yes, of course. Okay, health. And then you can do, okay, let's have vehicle sections, which the previous games never had.
This is the life. Wind in your hair and a big weapon in your hand.
Oh, great. This isn't at all safe. But I think the castle will provide some protection. Better get moving.
Oh god, I've also found it. Right, moving ahead. There we go.
Hold tight! Aha! Coming
Wow.
through!
The controls and camera are not
This
good.
reminds me of the war. Such happy days. Who's next then? Taxi!
Controlling.
Dash it. How are we going to... By Joe, that was close.
Not entirely clear if this is the right thing to have done, but I don't recall.
Cortez, your uplink can move objects at a distance.
There we go.
At that lever over there.
It's a tutorial moment.
I know you're over there. Lower this drawbridge or I'm going to give you a right gut thumping.
Ah, there we go. You can thank me later.
I say, how did you do that? There's more to you than meets the eye, eh? Do you think that device might be useful force? Say, I don't know, getting into bank vaults, perhaps?
Captain Ash being a surprisingly scoundrel, rather than the honourable gentleman he might appear to pretend to be. Right, so.
Well, you got the explosives, old chap. It's time this door wasn't here.
This door or this
Something
door?
tells me the captain has done this before.
I think it's that door. Hopefully that door. Oh. There we go. Apart from this, TNT does indeed reappear. So we'll try that again. Shoot.
You did it, my boy.
There goes the gate.
Now once again, checkpoint. Oh, hello. Close quicker. By this point, they had thoroughly decided that the story levels were not the same as the arcade levels. In the first game, all the story levels were available in arcade mode for like multiplayer shenanigans. Sometimes with include opening passages, but making sure you could get them. Yeah, just making sure you could use them.
Somewhere to signal the chaps out to sea.
Why do you need to signal? Oh, to get off, I guess.
Yes, this is perfect.
The second game had a bit of that, but then largely the levels weren't. And then by this point, the levels are not designed in any way to be represented in the arcade mode. I think there may be a few similar things, but yes, a locked door. We've run out of TNT.
Up here.
But we have a solution.
What? But
another Cortez.
You're me. I knew you'd say that. Here. A key. But what does it... You'll figure it out. Just make sure to pass it on when you're done. What the hell just happened?
I'm not sure, but I think we'll find out soon enough.
But what does the key do? You'll figure it out. Could it open the door you literally just walked into?
It's me. It's all me. I am bestest guard. Without me, no guarding. All rubbish guarding. God of guards. And girls. Girls love me.
Every level has a drunk guard somewhere that I guess you can probably kill, or you can leave because they're harmless.
I heard gunfire and I thought it had to be you. You know what? This place is riddled with secret passages. Terribly exciting. Anyway, let's get you up here. Right, I'm off again.
Did you get up
There's
there?
someone I need to rescue.
And also, you said you heard gunfire. It's like I didn't. I shot what? A camera? What if I not shot the camera? And another checkpoint.
Why are there bugs everywhere?
Oh. Silence pistol.
He's here!
Oh.
Who
Well, that
is
stealth
this
went
guy?
badly. Oh, hello. Anyone else? Nope. Like the scenery design and level setting is really nice. It still looks good now for like a PS2 game. This was late-ish.
What are they talking about in there?
Hey!
Think.
Get down!
Ooh. Let's think. This was 2005 it came out, and PlayStation 3 was probably not that far down the line. I got a PlayStation 3 in, I think, 2008, so maybe a couple of years still to go. But yeah, like this, if you think, obviously it might have been a little bit of upscaling or work to make it look like this.
Looks like we've outstayed our welcome, sir. We've lost contact with the defenders down by the beach. They must have been eliminated. It's a safe bet the troops are on their way.
Compared
also,
to
2 men have already entered the castle. We are still searching for them. They might be connected to that strange woman we captured.
Whoever they are, I want them found and killed. How soon before we can evacuate?
The last of the supplies are being loaded now, sir. As soon as they're ready, we can get below.
Up on the balcony! Get him! Get everyone below!
There goes their leader. If anyone knows about the crystals, it's him.
Unfortunately unable to kill
Hurry, he's getting away!
the main villain of the game early on and bypass a lot of the trouble. Although I can't remember which version of it is which version of him is here, so it might be that this wouldn't actually bypass a lot. But yes, if you consider that this is the same console, same console generation as produced TimeSplitters, the original.
Check this out.
It's just amazing what they did with the same hardware.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah, that's right where I was when the other me gave me that key.
Of course, it's a wormhole. All the time travel in the area must have destabilized the time field. Your future self must have... Cortez, wait!
Psst, hey, up here. What? But you're me. I knew you'd say that. Here. A key? But what does it... You'll figure it out. Just make sure to pass it on when you're done. Ha! That was cool.
Cortez, you can't just go walking through any wormhole you come across. They're dangerous.
What are you talking about?
Cortez, anytime you interact with yourself in a time loop, you run the risk of creating a time paradox.
Don't worry, I'll be careful.
Because of course, that wasn't a paradox already.
Do you
with
know
the whole...
what the best way to keep warm is?
No, and I don't want you to show me.
But Arctic explorers do it all the time.
I don't.
Entirely forgot what I was doing because the thing I forgot about this game was the slight sense of homophobic jokes going on, which is a bit of a recurring theme through this game, sadly, where they have a couple of guards, two male guards, one of them hitting on the other one in an uncomfortable manner. I don't recall whether it gets explicit, really, full-on explicit homophobia, or if it's just sort of the people are closet gays funny, but yes, unfortunately this is a game from 2005 and very much reflecting of comedy of the time in those aspects as well. So apologies for that. Right, what have we got? Right, yes, I could attach the grenade. It's not a secondary fire, it is in fact still the primary fire if I've equipped that. Okay. Oh, hello. Interesting. I have not remembered this level particularly well at all, so yeah, it's just some ammo. I think you can use these to look at the prison cells down here. Hello, Captain Ash. And somewhat underclad Alrighty, and that's the wine cellar that I shot the camera in before.
Don't you... Ah, it's you again.
Here we go.
Splendid. I found my assistant, but she's locked up in here, and I can't find the damn key. Can you help me get her out, old chap? We can't blast the door. We might kill her in the explosion. Besides, she doesn't like big bangs. There must be another way.
So there you go. Observe that oil out, and then trying to remember what else we've got that set fire to things.
I need your help. Come here, old boy.
Protect Captain Ash is complete. It's done. Oh. See, I was expecting this to just set on fire. Oh, I got a flare gun. That'll do. There we go. And so we've rescued Captain Ash's assistant, who is the secondary character playable in Jungle Temple.
Good show. Jolly good show.
TimeSplitters 2.
Are you okay, precious? They didn't hurt you, did they? They made you do what?
We'll leave them
like
to
a monkey? Those boners!
You can play the organ,
Well, I
which
think
is
we'd
fun.
better be going, old boy. Thanks again for your help. Good luck with, whatever it is you're doing here. Cheerio!
And then we
Best
go
get on with
out.
the mission, Cortez. We have to find a way down beneath the castle. That's where everyone seems to be heading.
Suddenly, oh no, we have to fight a tank. Because, once again, this is what's going. Hello!
A tank. I think we're in trouble.
This happened in various other similar games. So, what we got? We have TNT.
Explosives. Try to plant them on the tank. Its armor will be weakest at the rear.
So, up to it, and tank, explosive. Did that not do anything? That looks like front.
Cortez, are you alright?
Oh dear. That went badly. Not sure what exploded there on me, but... Well, we will retry the checkpoint, because I don't think you can... I think this is a game where, although there are frequent checkpoints, if you quit in between checkpoints, you do not get any sort of leniency. You have to...
Try to plant them on the tank. Its armor will be weakest at the rear.
If you finish early, so you quit without having completed a level, then it's all progress in that level. Checkpoints are not reserved correctly. Alright.
The tank stalled. Now's your chance to get close. Try to plant explosives on the rear of the tank.
That's what we do. So we do that. And that's up in one go. So now we just find another TNT. Swing out to this again. Stall it, and one more TNT. Job done.
Wow, you took care of that tank all by yourself. Very impressive, Cortez. But we still have to find their leader. Oh, and make sure you ask the questions before you start shooting.
What do you take me for, Anya, honestly? Not sure where I need to go next. Don't recall immediately. I think maybe it's back as... Well,
the general says stop playing with the tank and get down below, on the double.
Amusing, but inaccurate. Is it just near? Yeah, okay, fine. Just looking here and just can't do it while the tank's still light.
This elevator must go right down into the island. They must be hiding something down there. Right. Now we should find out what's going on here.
And so we reached this point.
What is this place?
Is that tanking steam or? No, that's fine. And that's it. We have the door and complete. The level is done. So in so doing, we finish this time zone on the next level moves forwards in time. This is actually slightly unusual in that through the rest of the campaign, there's quite a lot of double levels, which certainly was not something either of the previous games had. In the interest of telling a story,
I told you not to interrupt me.
Whoa! Anya, did you see that?
Yes, but what's a human doing with a time device?
I don't know, but if we find him, we find the crystals.
But we have no way of knowing where he jumped to.
Would this help?
Well, if I took a scan of the photo, I could identify the surrounding landscape with our topographical database. Then, if I triangulated the distances and heights of the buildings, then cross-referenced that data with the architectural styles, I might be able to deduce some probable locations.
How about Stanislav Train Depot, September 4th, 1969?
What?
It's on the back of the photo.
Well, that's good enough for me. I'll set the time machine to those coordinates. Cortez, you ready?
Yeah, it's time to split.
Right, whatever.
The excellent face of Cortez every time that tagline fails to land. And we have here Special Agent Harry Tipper.
Whoa! Damn it!
Wow, man. Are you for real?
Stop that.
Hey, don't harsh out, dude. Who are you? The name's Tipper, man. Harry Tipper. Don't blow our cover, man.
Who is that?
That fat cat there is Kalos.
The cat in the guy in the green suit?
What? No, man. The dude in the white suit is Kalos. He kidnapped my girl because I foiled his plans for world domination.
Which is
right.
Another
other guy.
quite amusing but very silly gimmick
I don't know,
later
man. He just
the level after
appeared
this
a
one, I
few
think.
months back, like out of nowhere. Some cult leader.
Anyway,
Brotherhood of
that first level went a bit longer than I expected, so we're already close to the hour I was planning on streaming this.
Giving him a small army in
Gonna go
exchange
a
for
little bit longer.
this.
Won't play this
Eternal
level,
life.
but we will have a look at
Yeah, far out, eh?
the arcade and challenge
Where you
modes
going, man?
just as soon
Time
as this,
to split.
Ouch! That's not cool, man.
it's not entirely clear why the other characters that Cortez meets, who have presumably have no idea about time splitters, are so willing to understand and not be impressed by the line, it's time to split. But so we will we'll give the story a rest there. It's hopefully given you a taste for TimeSplitters Future Perfect in story mode. And we'll have a look and see what the other two modes available are. So you see, once you've done this, you can now come back in. If we were to jump in, unlike in the previous games in the series, completing it on any difficulty gives you the ability to play the subsequent level on any difficulty. You don't have to have completed every level on hard to get to the next level on hard, unlike the previous ones. So, we will come back. So, there's Arcade. Arcade has two modes. There's Arcade, which is just set up a custom match. That's the main way of playing split-screen multiplayer when you have people around. Although two players could do co-op on the story mode. But for 3 or 4, Arcade's definitely your friend. But there's also League, which is essentially a series of challenges for which sets up specific arcade scenarios and asks you to meet certain win criteria. So, for example, one gun fun, where we get Rockets 101. So it's going to be a level set up in one of the arenas where we're all about having lots of rocket launchers, and the aim is to come first, ideally with at least 16 or indeed 18 kills. Let's just hope they have the sense to fill the airship with helium and not hydrogen. People say video games aren't educational. Playing Captain Ash.
Ooh, time for fisticuffs. Splendid.
This is something where they did actually improve on it in 3 compared to 2. They brought back the having character animations and little bits of dialogue in. Something they had in the first game, dropped in the second with just a fairly boring menu screen for all the characters, and then returned it here. If you watch the previous installments of me playing this, or while playing TimeSplitters 2, I had a similar arcade example level where I was playing with rocket launchers against a bunch of bots in the arcade challenge. I'm not going to say I only like rocket launchers, but I'm core. Definitely found them a lot of fun, and removes a lot of the difficulty of the game, frankly, because you can just aim at the floor and hit at people, and it will, usually kill them. Obviously, being in arcade mode, I don't actually need to survive. It doesn't matter if I take a couple of get killed a couple of times, it'll be fine. I will resurrect with. Possibly even helpfully closer to the action, having just run out on top of this airship and found there's one monkey here. It's awkwardly. Yes, monkey, there we go. Oh, someone behind me from the looks of it. Whether I want to be trying to do long range missiles, Jacques de la Mort, who's the bad guy from the Notre Dame in the second game. I don't just remember all these character names. They are, I've played through a lot of the story levels of TimeSplitters 2 in the last couple of days. So, Kalos. Oh no, that was Mr. Underwood, who was. Who is Mr. Underwood? I have forgotten who Mr. Underwood is. So it's okay. I don't remember all the random character names from a game I played over a decade ago. Is he the playable character in one of the levels in the second game? Forgotten who though. 1 minute left. The whole get 18 kills thing is a lot harder when you can't find people. This, I think, was one of the big problems of TimeSplitters 3, was that their maps were all a little bit too big for the number of players they supported. They had plans, I don't know if they had plans to make it bigger, or if the fact it had the network mode that I mentioned earlier was built into it, of how many characters they thought they were going to support, but yeah, you'll see that I'm really struggling to find people in this, and it's like, I'm not, I've got a radar in the top right, but the radar doesn't give you verticality, and it's a good level design. It's really nice, interesting layout with a few interesting big areas, a few interesting small areas, interesting verticality. Oh, I fell to third as well in the last couple of minutes. Oh dear, monkey beat me. So I got 12 kills there. That was not enough for first place, which is 13, and it was not enough for so we'll try that one more time. Retry that one there.
3, 2, 1, go!
So yeah, this is the as I say, the ooh, will you stay still? There we go. Oh, hello. Straight respawned on me. Oh. Thank you. So yes, the as I say, the game had a lot of good ideas, and did try and learn a lot of good lessons from other games in the house around the time, but also lost a bit of character, and I think maybe made a few mistakes in things like just making the levels a bit too large, frankly. It's with the number of people you've got at a level like this, it's just not as fun as it should be, because where is everyone? Why am I just spending my time running around an empty map? I can't see anyone. Like, pick up a homing launcher. No, I think this is still just a rocket launcher, but with 3 fires at a time. Is that movement? No, that there. Okay. Right, I think we'll get rid of the triple fire. It is not very good for... Oh, hello, that's an enemy. There we go. We're at 6, which is nice. 3rd place. We need to do better. Okay. Alright. Someone there. Good. Oh, I've run out of ammo though, which is not good. That's better. The spawning sounds being nearby is useful. That was someone getting the kill in. Where is everyone? Okay. Feels bad. Getting. You know, it's not spawn camping. It just happens to be being on them as they spawn. But on the other hand, everyone spawns with a rocket launcher, so it's not too bad. 12. That's enough. As long as we're at first, we've got enough. Come on, where is everyone? There we go. So we've got. Oh, we're down to 2nd place. The bots are just better at finding each other than they are at finding me, because I don't know if they're programmed with knowledge of where others are. You know, whether that's or maybe they're just better at spotting people in the big maps and the lighting, because obviously this is a dark level with dark skin, you know, dark suits for most of the characters. But yeah, it makes things a little bit harder than it should be, and consequently, even that's the very first arcade level, and I'm struggling to get it. I'm struggling to even come first and place due to that. So yeah, this is TimeSplitters Future Perfect. It's not as good as TimeSplitters 2, frankly. It's a lot more polished in some ways, and as I say, it learns a lot of lessons, but it lost a little bit of the magic that made TimeSplitters 2 work. It's still very worth the try, you know, to have a look through. I would thoroughly recommend giving it a shot. Do be aware of its mid-2000s era politics and what comes with that, but I would fully endorse, if you're willing to look past that, then there's fun to be had here. And if you've got the PlayStation Plus Premium account, and these are free to pick up, well worth taking a look and seeing some of the classic PlayStation 2 era first-person shooter history. Just having a look here quickly, there is the challenge mode, which is basically where you do challenges which are similar but have their own unique rules which don't apply in arcade missions. So that's for places like doing cat driving, where you can do the mini games using the terrible controls. TimeSplitters Story Classic, which is very much emulating the style of story modes in the first TimeSplitters game, smashing things in a time limit, shooting cutouts, and a couple of others that I don't remember entirely. But rather than keep on going through those now and risking embarrassing myself like I did in the previous one, I think we'll call it there. Hope you've found some fun in either nostalgia or examining these old games and learning about them for the first time. Leave a comment if you've enjoyed this video, or if you want to see any more of the TimeSplitters series, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you very much, and goodbye.